Hello and welcome to this week's short video tutorial on another example of the pin by the cannon. This will be the last example of section 1 of chapter 5, discussing the pin by the cannon. This is based on a free book that is available for download at the World Xiangqi Federation website at the URL given below. So without further ado, let us start analyzing this board. To begin with, red would have two chariots, one horse, one cannon, full guard, 4 pawns. Black would have slightly similar material, two cannons, two chariots, a full guard, but only 2 pawns. And at this point in time, black has just made a mistake, and this would be red had just made a mistake, and it would be black's turn to move. So red would have a central cannon in place, and this chariot would also be threatening to checkmate should any piece should red central file be not so consolidated. So the first move that black would play would be r8 plus 7 to attack the cannon directly. Now this would place red in a predicament. The correct way to defend would be r4 minus 3, whereby red will protect the cannon and also threaten to capture this chariot with a check c3 plus 7 to gain material. Now red cannot play p5 plus 1, or else black will simply capture the elephant, and after capturing the cannon, black would have gained an elephant in the process, and black would now be prepared to capture the central elephant and go for the checkmate. And also, because there's only one elephant left, the cannon could capture the pawn and go for a flank attack, and red will be in all sorts of trouble. So p5 plus 1 is not a possibility. Trying to move the cannon to safety would also not work, because again black would capture the central elephant and now threaten to go for a checkmate, and again this horse would be lost in the process, and black would also have other options like capturing the pawn to go for a checkmate. So again, red will be in all sorts of trouble. So c3 plus 1 is not viable, and the best option would be to retreat the cannon, to retreat the chariot, and hoping to scare the black chariot away with this threat of a discovered check. But black would sacrifice his chariot in this very powerful manner. So it would not be a good idea for black to move his or retreat his chariot back, because if he did, red would have saved himself and now play r4 plus 6 to block the elephants, and the chariot will be pinned because red will now be threatening to checkmate, and the chariot cannot move simply. So as can be seen, retreating the chariot is not a good idea, but instead black should play this move and be very aggressive, and red will suddenly be in all sorts of trouble. Capturing the chariot, and the cannon will now apply a pin. Now this is a very powerful pin, because not only would red be threatening to attack the chariot, once it moved away, this elephant would be in mortal danger. So there are two ways for red to play this position. The first of which will be p5 plus 1 to try to eliminate the threat of the central cannon and sacrificing the chariot. But black could simply play c5 equals to 7 to double down on what he had achieved, and red will not only lose his chariot and also the game, because now the chariot cannot move, or it will be for example, it will be a checkmate. This will be known as a double toss checkmate. Now, neither can red play r3 equals to 4 to move his chariot to safety, because black will simply capture the elephant and checkmate. So that is why once this position is reached, it will be black's game for the taking. So a short review. Black would move his chariot to attack the cannon. Black can only defend in this manner, and black would boldly sacrifice his chariot to win, for the win. And once the chariot was placed here, the cannons will work their magic by applying a pin, and at this point in time, it will not matter what black would do, it will not matter what red would do, black will still win easily. So I hope you've enjoyed this very practical example of using the cannons, their pinning power, to gain a significant advantage in the game. Now this is also a very commonly used tactic, and I hope you will go through this example a few times to really understand and appreciate the possibilities of a pin using the cannon. Now this will be the last example in this series. For the next video, we will start with the pin by the king and the chariot. So I hope you like the work that I've been doing. If so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.